Okay, you don't want me to forget Vibin, Jado? I won't forget Vibin. Every sound in Vibin ranked. Let's just go. Now, as for how we're going to rank these sounds, I'm effectively going to rank every sound out of 20. 10 of those points are going to be for its sound, 5 of them are going to be for its design, and 5 of them are going to be for animation. That's about it, let's go. Starting out with beat 1, this is in my opinion like the definition of a mid sound. It gives you a decent kick pattern, but design, animation, or sound-wise is particularly stellar. So 10 out of 20. Beat 2 is pretty much the exact same deal. In fact, yeah, it's the same shit, nothing else. Beat 3 though is not great. Beatbox sounds have always been hit or miss, where they're always either really cool or just so bad. I didn't want you to be in the latter half, but that's just how it's gonna be. Beat 4 though I think is really good. It's the best of like the basic beats. I think the hi-hat pattern's nice and basic, but it's pretty fluid and drives the pace pretty well. Beat 5, I don't know, it's another basic sound. I mean, I'm definitely more of a fan of drops that are just drops and not sounds with a bunch of filler in the middle, just so that way, you know, you get what you wanted, a nice transition sound. Don't try to be any more, but, you know, you do what you can. Now, Effect 1, the bass. I'm not saying this is a bad sound, but in all honesty, it is the by far weaker of the two basses. Not bad, and if it was the only bass, I wouldn't be disappointed. Compared to Effect 2, it's bad. Effect 2, I really like this sound. I think the electronic synth bass not only is a lot more prominent, but it's also just much better sounding. I also think the design is a little overhated. Like, I get it, Big Bro gave him his cat, but I think it's kind of funny, not gonna lie. Effect 3 is another good sound. I wouldn't say it's a particular standout for me, but a lot of people think it's the best in the mod. So, yeah, I can't understand why. It's pretty solid. Effect 4 though, once again, just another not great sounding beatboxing guy. I think it's a little bit better, plus he goes, wow, so I guess he can get a couple points more. Effect 5 though, oh my god, this is easily the worst sound in this mod. I'm already not a fan of this guy visually. He looks like Pico if he was dropped as a child, and he also just sounds really annoying. So, yeah, not really anything going for this guy. Sorry. Melody 1 though, easily the GOAT of this mod. The nice synthesized choir just drives the whole thing together, no question. Going from a great melody to a pretty basic one, no opinion, he's just alright. This is another melody I actually like, and it's the only melody that couldn't be mistaken for just a choir. This one though is just a choir. Like, Melody 1, I can kind of see how it's melodic. This is just a choir, I refuse to believe it's anything else. Melody 5 is a little upsetting because it's so close to being really good, but not only am I not a huge fan of the design, but it's just a little bit too out of tune. Unfortunately, it's not breaking that 10 barrier. Same with Voice 1. Not only is he just ripping off some of the more professional artists in the field, but I also just don't really feel like his design is good. The way his hair pushes up the hat Bart Simpson style not only just looks goofy, but he doesn't even have a good sound to save it. I will give it a 3 out of 5 in animation though, because I respect it when you lip sync the rapping characters. Voice 2 is pretty much the same, except slightly better. Yeah. Voice 3 is probably the best voice. It's the only choir that actually is in the voices section. Voice 4, I don't know, man. There's something about the way this sound was recorded that just sounds so odd. It's like a whispering sound, but instead of it being actual whispering, it's just the mic was really struggling to pick up the voice. You can use it in the right context and it won't sound terrible, but it's still not that good. And then Voice 5, I don't know. It sounds good with Melody 5, which is coincidental because they're both 9 out of 20. And that was all of Vibin ranked. I definitely think this is a pretty good mod, all things considered. I'm definitely more of a fan of something like Spangle for a recent example, but I still think, you know, for a first attempt, it is pretty darn solid. One of the main reasons I wasn't gonna make a video on it is because I just don't really care enough about it. But yeah, if you enjoyed me reviewing this somehow, make sure to leave a like and comment down what version you want me to review next. Peace out.